Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Awaken Suddenly Live Quick Talk. Today, Love Demystified. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built up against it. Rumi. Today, of course, is Wednesday. It is 12 noon Pacific Standard Time, and you are here inside the Awaken the World group, or perhaps watching the replay on YouTube. Hello, hello, hello. So, of course, my name is Garen, and, the last name is long and hard to pronounce. Actually, it's really not. It pronounces just like it it looks. It's turned out to be fairly easy. Avalokiteshvara. I'm still having fun with that. It's relatively new for me. So today we're going to talk about, love a little bit, and about the barriers that we have created within ourselves. Now, I want to be very, very clear about something. There are a large number of barriers that have actually been built inside of us externally. And this is done, primarily and initially through our parents. If our parents made love a conditional sort of thing in our lives in any sort of a way, of course, we will build barriers within ourselves. Now, there are all sorts of other barriers that block love as well. And the reason I say block love is the more that I have come into conscious awareness, the more I've grown in moments of pure stillness within and satori states, the more I have come to understand that when we say that, God is love, and that sea of consciousness is love, it's because love is the only word that could possibly work. It's the only thing that even would come close. And in truth, I was contemplating outside today as I was absorbed in my natural surroundings and listening to the birds, that indeed we are shown that love in every moment, in every way. We truly are. So when we do not exist in that state of being with that feeling, and literally it is a feeling within me, and it is not a conditional feeling. It isn't a feeling that comes and goes. It is a deep-seated comfortableness, a knowing that you are truly, truly loved. And when we create barriers against this, we begin to feel that we are unworthy in some way. And we begin to feel that we are separated from that love. And we will go and try to seek that love externally outside of ourselves, in a state of need. And when we do that, it isn't really love. So let's examine a quick example of two people who meet each other, fall in love, in quotations, and they believe they're in love, okay? All the definitions that they have been taught by all their programming and everything in society, they believe they understand what love is, and they believe they are in love. They get married, and 5 years go by, and one morning the man turns to the wife and says, "I'm not in love with you anymore. I want a divorce. As a matter of fact, I don't think I ever was in love with you." And in that moment, the wife becomes very angry, and a lot of, yelling and screaming ensues. And what was love the night before has somehow turned into hate and bitter resentment, all inside of a very short period of time. And of course, the question is, well, was it ever love? And the answer is no, it wasn't. There may have been flickers and glimmers of love within the relationship, of real love. But the thing about love is that love does not get upset when that which is perceived to be loved behaves in a way contrary to what we would want. So, as I have said to Kelly, honey, I love you. And because I love you, if you did come to me one day and say, I think my path lies with someone else at some other time, I would say, if that is what you want and what you wish, then of course I love you. And I would hold no resentment against her. And I would certainly not be upset with Kelly for her decision. Look at the relationships you're having and the relationships around you and ask yourself if you are at that place where you're loving the other purely enough to watch them walk out the door and still love them, to be grateful for the time together, to understand that if they are choosing that, then that is perfect for the both of you. It seems hard, especially, the other aspect, of course, is when we're single and we do not perceive ourselves to be loved from within and from with all around us. We go seeking another, and we are willing to sacrifice huge pieces of ourselves in order to get this conditional love that most people are willing to offer us. And that's because conditional love is, in all honesty, really just a trading relationship. I'll give you what you want or what I perceive you want, and you will give me what you perceive I want or what I want. And as long as that holds true, everything seems to be absolutely fine. But the moment that fails to hold true, the moment the scales are tipped too far one way for too long, dysfunction begins to set in, as would in any commerce relationship. Look closely at those around you. Look closely at that which you perceive to love, and ask yourself with all honesty and looking with very objective, non-blaming eyes, because this is not about blame, it's about growth. See where your attachments or perhaps your expectations upon another are keeping you from loving them as deeply and fully as you are quite capable of. When you let go of what another is choosing to do, when you are willing to have faith that everything that is supposed to be is and needs to be and is absolutely perfect for our growth and evolution here, then you can begin to love even more openly, more honestly, and see those relationships grow. Much love to you today. Namaste from both Kelly and myself. Again, this has been an Awaken the World Quick Talk, and you are live right now here inside the Awaken the World group on Facebook. Have a beautiful day.